Greetings everyone, here's Lodrick and this is the game War in the Pacific Admins Edition. This is my play by email match against KilRoy, the rematch number 2. And this is scenario 1 with a new version 27 beta. So we arrived already at the 23rd December 41. And my operations in the Philippines and Malaya are so far going well. Maybe not perfect, but going well. And I also took already Rabul with not really any big surprise. The biggest war event the last days was that KilRoy showed up with his battleships and carriers at the Marshall Islands. And I sent my own carriers in cruiser formations in the same direction to see if we create a battle there. But mainly it's a defense move that I want to make sure that if KilRoy is trying to make some landings early on, that I maybe can kill his cargo ships or troop ships. Because KilRoy is sometimes a little aggressive. So no submarine attack, no Navy night engagement or day engagement. We already arrived at the AM phase of the air war, scouting. Not so good weather. And the sweep over Surabaya, simply to reduce the enemy capabilities to intercept my in future coming maybe airstrikes. So some Blenheim fighters and some Dutch Buffaloes. Nothing really to match a 0. So easy kills. This is now, I think, a port strike. Some seagulls trying to intercept my Bettys, but normally they're too slow. But only one hit. These are all heavy 800 kilogram bombs. So if they hit something, they will create some good damage, but they must hit something first. So this is now the big airstrike for my new second carrier division, going for Balikpapan. There's one Dutch Buffalo to intercept me. Hope not that this is working very well. The Dutch Buffalo is dead, and there's a lot of cargo ships plus one American S-boat. The cargo ships all doesn't matter, but the S-boat is important. Every sub I can kill here is one sub less messing later with my supply lines. I mean, S-boat will use Mark 10 torpedoes. These Mark 10 torpedoes are working always, so it is not something special important for me to kill. But anyway, submarines are always evil. And there was at least one submarine still damaged in the port, but now I think it's impossible to get it out more. Heavy damage. It's not almost sea going. And again, seagulls, like the Pete fighters from the Japanese, you can only intercept something what is really slow. And I'm here at 20,000 feet, so high altitude. And I think a seagull maybe have not even... Good value is so high up. Good. Some China bombardment. This is now KilRoy's strike with the seagulls, but no hit. Good. Now the afternoon. So I have one patrol boat parking at the hex of Port Moresby only to get feedback if there is some incoming enemy task force. Not really to blockade the hex, but I will get feedback and then I maybe can react. But my cruisers and my carriers are now busy, so I have really only Air Force to maybe react to any activity at Port Moresby. Today my Zeros are not able to intercept the Hudsons, pity. And I have here now Zeros on the ground. Normally I bring them here to intercept these Hudsons, like this was normally my plan, but somehow they fail and because the Hudson's coming very low, I'm normally I think at 10,000 feet. So my Zero's getting destroyed on the ground. Ugh, pity. But most of the time, this really only destroyed the airframes and the pilots are okay. But it was a missed opportunity to get rid of these Hudsons. Pago Pago. Nothing happens. So hopefully I can get now the dot base at the end of the rail. I'm not sure. I think they are still here in the hex. Okay. Bombardment. Again, some casualties for the Chinese. Now with all forces against this Burma unit. Yeah. So they're jumping back to the direction mole mine, but there's a river, so I can now follow up and then I have automatically a shock attack. So I hope the shock attack will then destroy this British Burma unit. This is the allied attack on my tanks, but these are only recon tanks, so they are not really tanks, they are more a scout unit. Recon regiment. And this was just only I think the Chinese unit just surrendered. So the intelligence report. So air losses again, 824. A lot of this Dutch buffaloes getting killed, but I also lost 3 zeros in total on the ground, plus one of my jigs. Well, out of this 4 airframes, I only have one wounded pilot, and I would maybe say this is maybe the Jake pilot. So all my zero pilots are okay, but I lost airframes. At the early wartime, this is of course not so good because the production numbers are low, but this I can handle. There was maybe one AKL. There was more sinking in Balikpapan. Also, there's a submarine normally, but yeah, I don't know. it shows me here. It's a report is only one small AKL. Naja. Somewhere a unit just surrendered. I think this was in this hex, but maybe there's one more Chinese unit. Oh, yeah. Well, oh. So I must attack here once more to clean up, but it's really then there's not much left. Can holding the line. So next turn we have here more battles. We have a battle here. We have a battle here. We have a battle here next turn. A lot of engagements next time. And I also move out my Hong Kong army to roughly go the northeast to take Kukong first. And then normally cross here the river and then helping here this unit because this is a stalemate. No one can kill each other. And I must break this. The Chinese corps is attacking me here, and I have here really only some block forces. And this block force is also only here because this garrison requested. I'm only in this town because garrison request. So in Burma, the street is now open. I can really now start my move on Mulman. Already nearly 3 weeks nearly in the war, and I'm still only reaching soon the border. So slow. Malaya, nothing happens, but the next turns maybe soon we will clean up here. Only 2 bases normally left here to defend. Not more too much. Some air battles over Balikpapan. So maybe I can only to make sure. This is the air wing, lost 3 airframes on the ground. Okay. And I have 1 wounded pilot here. So this is a wounded pilot. This turn, 1 more wounded pilot. And I was at 15,000 feet. And the bombers coming at 3,000, so then the difference is over 10,000 altitude. And then, okay, miss each other. Yeah, my carriers was here and attacking the port. I saw here some ships. Still a lot of torpedo boats. So I don't want to come too close with my surface units. I can normally put them now together and create here 1 stronger air fleet. Yeah, Mindanao is normally all operations more or less over. And then in the Philippines, Luzon, all my mobile tanks arriving here to kick this 1 unit. And once this is done, I think I can go for Manila. And after I take Manila and take this 2 units out, I can finally go for Bataan. But Bataan is the last I need. I first better go for Manila. More equipment arriving in Rabaul. Building up the base, but nothing too special. Submarines are here and a patrol boat trying to blockade the port. But KilRoy maybe not even try to defend this hex. Here's a unit. Here his carrier, his battleships and carriers was here, but maybe they already disengaging. I see this unit still. My carriers are more or less now in range, but just now KilRoy ran away, and my submarines was not able to intercept them. Pity. So, nothing more to say. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.